Yes boys, I'm back at it again with another tier list video, so I hope this time it doesn't flop, but I've got for you Clash Royale, all 116 cards tier list. So let's get straight into it, and just to lay out some rules, I'm going to be doing the S to F tier first, going through all the cards, and then I'm going to decide what the top 10 are and bottom 5. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, and no explanation needed. Valkyrie, easy S tier. No one's gonna sniff their nose at that. One of the best cards in the game. One of my least favorite cards in the game. Because for 4 elixir, this should be 100 elixir. It's so fucking good and nothing can kill it. A rocket, an electro giant, a mega knight. It kills absolutely everything. So easy S tier. Rascal Girls, on the other hand, I feel like this is peak draft battle nonsense. An underrated card in my opinion. Not that good. Absolutely gets annihilated to a log, a fireball, any spell pretty much. So I'm going to put it C tier, and for 5 elixir there's a lot better cards out there that can do a lot more. The Zap is probably my most used spell of all time, and the Evo is actually not that bad, but I think it would be a very biased ranking if I put this any higher than B, as I think for 2 elixir it does what it's supposed to do. It disrupts play as it stops things like the Inferno Dragon, and Inferno Tower, which can be useful at times, but it's also very situational as anything more than skeletons aren't gonna die to this, and unless it's super over leveled, you find it hard to get value out of it sometimes. So on to the next one. Elixir Pump, easy F tier. This is like one of the worst cards in the game and may genuinely go into trash slash bottom 5 by the end of the video. I mean, for 6 elixir it can die to fucking anything. Genuinely, if you arrows it, you're going to get more value because it's not going to get enough pumps to justify the 6 elixir cost. Poison's going to kill it. Fireball's going to kill it. Rocket's going to kill it. It's just a very, very situational card that only works in a very small amount of decks, and I can't even justify its use. So one of the worst cards in the game for sure. This ranking is probably going to reflect my skill base, so I'm going to put the Moor in A tier. I know that some people think this is one of the best buildings in the game and one of the hardest slash skill based win conditions. I just don't like the card. I hate playing against it. I hate when I get a deck I have to play with and it's the Moor. I hate the card. It's so annoying. It deals too much damage, and the Evo's only made it better, but it's also an undoubtedly good card, so A tier. I also won't be ranking these cards such as the Christmas Hog Rider as they're not in the game, so yeah. Flying Machine, again, insane challenger card. If you get this in your draft battle, you're going to be happy. If you play Royal Hogs, you're going to be happy. But Fireball is your worst enemy. B tier. Giant. After getting its hero card, I see a lot more play with it, but it's still the Giant, so I'm going to put it B tier. It's not that good a card. He's chopped. He's 5 elixir. Low IQ card, B tier. I'll go C tier. Giant Skeleton. Again, very situational. 6 elixir for what? You're going to use your clone to maybe get 1000 on tower? He's very slow, he dies to a lot of cards, he's just not that great, and a very, very situational card that fits into very little decks, so I think D tier is safe. Mighty Miner, B tier. Mighty Miner has a very good ability and he's incredible at tearing down big units, such as the Mega Knight, the Giant for example. Any big HP unit will get destroyed by the Mighty Miner, and his ability to switch between the different lanes of the game is also very good, which is why I've got him at B tier, and for 4 elixir, he's a very good card, B tier. Up next, we've got the Archers, and I think they're a good card. I'm going to put them at A tier. They deal good damage for their elixir, they have a decent amount of health, but arrows are your worst enemy. They're good against aerial units, they're good against ground units. Lot of health, good damage, good range, solid card. The Phoenix is either C or D tier. I'm gonna put them in D tier now. I just think it's such a crap legendary, you rarely ever see it. Like, I can count on one hand how many times I've ever gone against the Phoenix, and the only time that's happened is when I've had to give it to someone in a battle, my brother in a 1v1 draft challenge. So not really a good card. The whole gimmick for the Phoenix being able to revive very rarely goes off, so that ability is practically useless and it doesn't deal a lot of damage. Not that good a card. D tier. Jinxie's favorite card, the Baller, is actually an underrated card, but nothing more than C tier. I just feel like any air unit just completely destroys and nullifies him as a card. Not good, but very great defensive card. One of the best defensive cards in the game, given the situational battle. And yeah, he's really good against people like the Golem, terrible example, people like the Elixir Golem, sorry, and the Giant, as he sends back majority of units, and he's really good against chip damage, so I think he's an all-rounded card. C tier. Wall Breakers are A tier. One of the best valued cards in the game, and they are extremely annoying to deal with, especially in minor decks. If it connects once, that's like 400 damage on your tower. If they connect twice, then practically close the app, you've lost the game already. And I feel like any deck that plays Wall Breakers is really annoying, and they get through the cycle to the evolution so quickly. You just have to be very resourceful when you deal with Wall Breakers, as there's no 2 elixir counter that fully stops them, so you're majority of the time gonna have to overspend, which just puts your opponent into higher elixir while getting through the evolution quicker. So A tier, very good card. Up next you've got Inferno Tower, and I'm gonna put it C tier. Very annoying, but I feel like majority of decks have a good counter. Mine doesn't, so I hate this card a lot. And it's also in Logbait, the worst deck of all time after 2.6. So I just really do not like this card. It's got too much health and it's annoying, but if you've got a big spell, which my deck doesn't have, if you've got anything like the Electro Wizard, you should be good with dealing with it. Earthquake completely nullifies it, and it's 5 elixirs, so it's a major commitment. And I don't know the current Clash Royale landscape, so if this has got an evolution or a hero card for all I know, then the ranking could be higher, but for now I'm going to stick at C. Another potential S tier card in the game is the Dark Goblin, and I think I'm going to put it S or A. I think I'm going to put it top of A for now, and it's just such a good card. It really, really is. For 3 elixir, the damage output is insane, but I guess that comes with the cost of having a low HP unit. Log kills it, arrows kills it, but if you've got a massive unit in front of it, it's lethal, and the evolution can practically kill anything if it gets 4 or more hits on it. So very good card. I'm actually going to have it at C tier. S tier, sorry, up there with the Valkyrie, and let's just keep on moving on. Tombstone is B tier. Actually, no, I'm going to move the Giant up in the same tier as the Tombstone. I feel like the Tombstone's a lot better ever since the introduction of the Skeleton King, and you see it a lot in Witch decks. Witch, Skeleton King, very good combination, good building, annoying to deal with. Stuff like the Prince has a hard time dealing with the Tombstone, so that makes it a good card. Counters a lot of ground units. For 3 elixir, spawns a good amount of skeletons, good chip. Not a bad card. Barbarian Barrel's up next, and if it wasn't for the evolution, this would be a lot lower, but I think B tier is a safe spot to put the Barbarian Barrel, as it's extremely good in bridge spam decks, and if it gets a hit on your tower, that's like 1000 damage. With the evolution, that could be 2000 damage, and then your tower is pretty much gone. So for 4 elixir, good card. Not too bad, you're not overly committing. 5 or 6 elixir, and 2 barbarians come out, so if they place a ground unit, you're either guaranteed some damage on them, or if they've got an aerial unit, you can get a hit on the tower, and then the barbarians can do some chip damage. So B tier. Royal Hogs, I think I'm gonna have an A tier. They're very annoying to deal with, especially in Fireball Bait, and with the addition of the evolution, which makes them fly, it makes you overcommit elixir, meaning you're gonna have to hit them out of the air with a spell and then react to them, which is just great value if you think about it. If your opponent has to use arrows and a Valkyrie, for example, that's 7 elixir. Responds to your 5 elixir, you're up 2 elixir in the battle. And you play Royal Hog, so you're gay in Fireball Bait. You probably got your Evo Royal Recruits spamming the bridge with 2 flying machines while they're on 3 elixir, so good card. A tier, annoying to deal with. I hate the card. Good card. The Hunter is S tier. One of the best, if not the best, defensive card in the game. His damage output is insane. Say goodbye to any aerial attack, which my main is Balloon. That's my main win condition. If I see an Evo Hunter in the game, you just know you've lost. Like, the Evo is incredibly good for this card, and it turns him from a really good defensive card to one of the best in the game. It just completely locks any aerial unit, and for 4 elixir, he's easy to put anywhere. He can do a lot of damage to aerial and ground units. If you let him get on your tower, he deals a lot of damage, and he's just a great card all round. Offensive, defensive, good card. Spear Goblins, I mean, not C tier, D tier, and only because they hit the aerial units as well. If they didn't have the spear, if there was only 3 stabby goblins, this would be a lot lower, but it's 2 elixir, you can pump them out, you can hit aerial units. If you get them on the tower, they do like 700 damage, which is insane chip, so no one's going to be complaining about that 700 damage, and they're a decent card actually. The more I think about it, the more C tier they get. So Spear Goblins I've got at C tier, and I know a lot of people are probably looking at this list and thinking this is worse than 9/11. Should never touch the mobile game again, and I probably agree with you, to be honest. But no more talking, let's get straight into the next card. The Bomber is a very good card. I'm gonna have it at A tier. For 2 elixir, this guy does it all. Even though he's got really low HP, his damage output is nuts, and he's got splash damage. The Evo is seriously easy to get. Like, genuinely, the Evo is so easy to get. You can place him down once and you've already got your Evo, and he deals great chip. If you've got any unit at the bridge, just put your Evo Bomber down, and then your opponent is just going to have to suffer constant chip damage from the trail of the bomb. Good value, 2 elixir card, easy to cycle. Very good. A tier. Electro Dragon is very situational, so I'm going to put him top of B tier. Very annoying card, especially the Evo. The Evo is, once again, one of the best defensive cards in the game, but I feel like on his own he's a bit shit. So maybe this could even go A tier as well, because I'm thinking about his Evo now and how many games I lost to it, or I've been completely shut down by an Electro Dragon Evo. So A tier. He doesn't really die to a lot of spells either, and not a lot of aerial units can deal with him easy, and coupled up with an attack such as the Golem with the Evo or base Electro Dragon, you're going to be causing your opponent some serious mayhem. The Prince, S tier. Top of A for now. I'll revise the final list, but Prince is one of the best cards in the game, so yeah, put him in S tier. For 5 elixir, the amount of damage he does is nuts. Honestly, if he connects to your tower and you don't respond literally instantly, your tower is gonna be gone. He can practically one-shot a lot of units, and he's a great tank stopper. He's up there with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. in that regard, and he's just an all-round good card. Not too expensive, not too cheap. So you get what you pay for, really. 5 elixir is a very decent shout for the card. He's also great at pushing units and getting them up the arena, such as a Golem. Stick a Golem at spawn, and then Prince will have him at the 3 crown in no time. But I really hate this card. Deals too much damage, has too much health. S tier. The Clone is F tier, as it's very situational and more of a meme card. I mean, the Clone only ever really works with the Giant Skeleton and Lava Hound, I guess, but it's 2026, not 2017, so I don't think anyone's running that nowadays. And if you're running Clone in your deck, you probably also have Goblin Barrel, Mirror, and Skeleton Barrel, and are running 7 elixir trying to get a cheese win. So F tier, no one's going to complain about this, not a good card. Royal Giant, A tier. Good card. I face it a lot at 1500, and he's just really good. Decent card all round. He deals a lot of damage. If you don't respond to him instantly, he's going to shred your tower. He always gets at least one hit on your tower, even if you place a building down, so that's very annoying. And his Evo makes him practically impossible to kill with a ground unit, so you're going to need an aerial unit to kill him, which is really expensive to submit to just one attack, because let's say you have a baby dragon in your deck. A baby dragon's not going to stop the royal giant from getting 5 or 6 hits on your tower, so he's always going to get at least a bit of chipping, and he's going to deal hefty damage to your tower, so A tier. He's also really easy to pump out and get his evolution down, so good card. Up next we have Goblin Gang, which is an A tier card. For free elixir you get it all: stabby goblins and spear goblins, and this card can practically counter everything, whether it be aerial or ground. It's a good card, deals with pretty much everything, easy to just rotate with and cycle through your deck, so yeah, A tier. Night Witch, very situational card, D tier. I don't know if she has an evolution yet. Oh, she does actually, I remember it now, where I think it's just her bats have regenerative healing, which is pretty shit if you ask me. Not the best card in the game, and you only ever really see it in golem decks, which, if you only can use the card in one deck, then how good is it truly? So D tier. Lumberjack is a great card. I've got him at maybe B. Nah, I'll put him in A. Lumberjack's a great card. He deals a lot of damage, very high DPS, deals with a lot of tanks, and he obviously drops rage, which is good, and his Evo is just nuts. Given it is a 2-cycle evolution, so you have to cycle through your card pretty much 3 times, but if that Spirit Lumberjack connects to your tower, it's actually GG's. That's like a cool 1000 damage on your tower, and let's say you've got like a giant or a golem preparing for your attack, and the Lumberjack targets onto them, well, your push is already nearly stopped as you've just been destroyed by the Spirit of the Lumberjack, so it's a great card. I think I've been very generous with the A tier, but we'll see later on in the video. Up next, I've got the Minion Horde. Oh, this is either F or D, I'm not gonna lie. I'll put the Minion Horde at F, simply because, I mean, let's go through these cards. Arrows, Royal Delivery, Poison, Evolution Zap, Baby Dragon, Wizard. Practically every single card in the game counters Minion Horde, and there's 6 elixir. So maybe if this was Arena 3 or 5 or Pekka's Playhouse, this card would have been higher, but for now I've got it as F tier. Just a lot of good counters against it. They've got high DPS and reach, but I just think the base minions are better. Hot take, they're definitely going to be an S tier card, but that's really it for now. F tier for Minion Horde. Well. We've got Mega Knight, which, if it was up to me, I would definitely have in S tier, and I am going to have it in S tier, simply because the Evo to this card is ridiculous. Not only can you drop on your units and disrupt the whole attack, but you can push units up the arena and jump to them, which practically guarantees a jump on your enemy's tower, which is really good. It's good chip damage, good splash damage, very easy to get the Evo out. One of the least favorited cards in the game, everyone's least favorite though. You hate playing against it, but you love getting it. Mega Knight is an S tier card without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. Mirror, again, F. Very trash card, very meme card, and it's very difficult to get value out of it, as simply you're overcommitting. If you're playing a fireball, there's no situation where a 5 elixir fireball is going to be better than simply playing another card in your deck, and very situational, gimmick, meme card, not the best card in the game, far from it, and I've got it at F. Ice Golem is S tier, simply because of how annoying its kiting abilities are and how good he is at tanking for units such as the Hog Rider and other attacking units like the Ram Rider. He's very annoying, has too much health, will kite your mini P.E.K.K.A, and will be killed with the skeletons. Fuck 2.6, fuck the Ice Golem, but his Evo is not that great, so just fuck this card. On to the next one. Snowball is C tier. Actually, that's not true. Snowball's B tier. It's got a great Evo. It counters Goblin Barrel, and it's a good card in general. 2 Elixir with the capabilities of stopping an entire push once it's reached its Evo. My only complaint is that it doesn't deal enough damage. Like, it freezes, and not freezes, it slows down units, which is great. But if it did more damage, I can consider it being A, but it's all round a great card. Free Spell, D tier. I'm joking. Free Spell is F tier. I mean, it's very gimmicky and works if you're like 10,000 trophies or 15,000 trophies like I am. Very low skill card. Very annoying, but once you play it, your opponent knows what you're going to try and do, and it's committing a lot of elixir on one attack. I mean, we've all been there, elite barbarians pushing the bridge with freeze, but that's a 10 elixir push. It's committing absolutely everything on one side of the tower. It's a very push and pull feel to the card, whereas if you do win the opponent's tower, you're going to have no elixir or no response to whatever they're going to do. So very gimmicky card, very rare to get value out of it more than once, so I think that justifies the F ranking. Sorry for the sudden jump cut, but it's a couple days later and my footage corrupted somehow. I couldn't access it anymore, so I'm gonna have to start it from scratch where the last save of my video was, which is here. So at least one positive of this thing happening is that I've realized how atrocious the list actually was. So I'll make some changes in the end of the video, but we're going strong into the next card, which is the Royal Recruit. No, sorry, the Royal Delivery, which is a great card. Very good for 3 elixir. Deals with a lot of cards, aerial and ground units. I've got it in A for now. The Knight, easy, one of the best cards in the game. Archer Queen, C tier. Great for defense, rocket, fireball, rocket lightning. Just destroy you. Electro Giant, 8 elixir card. You can counter it with pretty much every building in the game. D tier. Lava Hound, 7 elixir for one of the worst legendaries in the game that you can only play in maybe 1 or 2 decks. D tier. Minions, S tier. For 3 elixir, these guys deal so much damage per second, their range is insane, and they practically counter every single aerial unit, so I hate this card. Easy S tier. Goblin Drill, one of the best evos in the game. Very, very, very used in the top tiers of Clash Royale, back when I used to play the game, but I don't personally like it, so I'm going to give it A tier. Barbarian Heart is still shit. Bottom 5 card in the game. Graveyard, very situational, not the best card in the game. D tier. I'm just looking here, guys, to see if there's a witch, a normal witch. Yeah, there is, so I'm not going to use that one. Skeletons, again, S tier, I don't need to explain. 1 elixir, cycle card, 3 flipping skeletons, one of the best cards in the game, could easily go top 10. Elite Barbarians, D tier. D or C. I'll put it in D for now. Expo, this is my least favorite deck of all time. I hate this deck. Anything that runs Expo, especially Ice Wizard Expo, is the worst deck in the game. So I'm going to just chuck it in D for now. Like I said earlier on in the video, and I'll keep mentioning it, don't worry, this isn't the final product. I will go over and make the list better as we go on. With that being said though, Barbarians, decent Evo I guess. It's not that good a card, D tier. Arrows, A tier. Great spell. Great damage, great area of damage, good card. Lightning again, great spell, just B tier for now. Can deal with a lot of units, deals with a bunch of high elixir cards such as the Witch, the Archer Queen, you name it. Barbarian Barrel, S tier, very good card, I like it. Best alternative to the log, and in some situations better. Mother Witch. The Mother Witch isn't actually that great as it dies to a lot of spells. If you don't have any swarms in your deck, it's really not that good. D tier, I guess, for now. Baby Dragon, B tier. My favorite card in the game, first card I ever maxed out, both at level 15 and 16, so this card's got a lot of meaning in my heart. but I can't give it any higher than a B. Ice Wizard is S tier. He's the best defensive card in the game, can push absolutely every single attack you've ever made, and yeah, that's it. Royal Recruits, 7 Elixir, only works in Fireball Bait, D tier, sorry. Elixir Golem, you don't really see it that much. You can get good value from it, and in some decks it really overwhelms the opponent. C tier. Fisherman, a great defensive card. I don't really see it that often. Can deal with a lot of attacks, especially from things like the Giant, the Electro Giant, 3 Elixir, lots of health. C tier. I've now just noticed that I didn't put the Lava Hound initially, so let me swap that out. Goblins, D tier. It's getting cluttered in here, but they're just not like, what do you want me to say? It's 4 goblins. There's better 2 Elixir cards in the game. P.E.K.K.A. The Evo's B tier, I would say. Deals a lot of damage, gains a lot of health. It's the P.E.K.K.A, I mean, come on guys. The Cannon card, C tier card. You don't really see it a lot. Actually, yeah, it's a C tier card. You don't really see it a lot, but when you do, it's either a draft battle or it's gonna destroy you. So, C tier, I think is fair. The Rocket, C tier. 6 Elixir spell. Not really the best spell in the game, but it deals with majority of units, stops a lot of pushes, especially coupled up with things like the Tornado, and is good to chip damage to your tower, so C tier. Guards, A tier. Very good card for 3 Elixir. Stops a lot of pushes, counters a lot of cards. Great card. Dark Prince, B tier. Splash version of Prince, and he's got a shield. 1 Elixir cheaper. Doesn't do as much damage, so he's not going to be an S tier, but all round, pretty decent card. Goblin Barrel. The Evo makes this good. I think I'm going to put it in low A tier. Goblin Barrel's a very good card, but once your opponent has a counter, good luck trying to get damage on the enemy tower. Ugh, the flippin' Princess. I hate this card, but given its range, I can't give it anything less than A. I mean, you always have to respond to it or it's chip damage to your tower. Really annoying card. And if you use your arrows or log on the Princess, the log's gonna connect. Fuck Goblin Bait. Sparky, terrible card. Don't need to say anything more than that. Very, very situational and cheesy card. Executioner is, well, Evo Executioner is genuinely S tier, but Executioner I would say is high B tier. 5 Elixir, great card. Actually, I'm going to put him in A. Very good card, I'm going to be honest. Deals a lot of DPS. He's got quite a decent amount of health as well, and coupled up with other cards in the game, he can really cause some damage, and he's only got a 1 Evo cycle, so very good card. I don't need to say anything more. The Ice Spirit is, again, a top 10 card in the game. Such an insane card, defensive-wise, kiting-wise, whatever you want to call it. Everything about this card is good. You get so much value out of it for 1 Elixir, and it's by far the best spirit in the game. Another card that's close to home is the Electro Wizard, but he's just not that good. His damage per second isn't great. He's only really good at stunning and hitting multiple targets at once, and that can be gimmicky, and it doesn't really get a lot of value most of the time, so C tier. Mini P.E.K.K.A is one of the, if not the best mini tank in the game, so I think it's safe to put him in S tier. The damage output is nuts. The Evo is, not the Evo, the champion version is a little, not the best, but good card. The Monk, very, very cheesy card, D tier. I don't think you can get a lot of value out of him in majority of decks, and he's only really good against win conditions such as the Golem, where you rely very heavily on your opponent having a ground unit that can be pushed away easily. D tier. Goblin Heart changed. It's not much better from when I used to play, but I would still say from what I've seen, it's a all-round decent card, so I'm not going to give it F anymore. Mid-ladder menace is the definition of C tier. His champion card is pretty shit. And for 5 elixir and the damage he deals, splash damage, it's not a bad card, but I feel like he's in the wizard category, electro wizard, sorry. He's just not that good of a card, and there's better alternatives in the game for what he does, so C tier. The Hog Rider is a top 10 card in the game. My second least favorite card in the game, and I absolutely hate it. For 4 elixir, this card will destroy your entire tower, and he will take 1000 damage even if you leave him on 100 health, so fuck this card. Diddy Cage, I would say, is either C or B tier, simply because the Evo makes me think that this card is actually really good. It deals with a lot of pushes, and the Evo Diddy is actually not that bad. B tier for now. The bomb tower is either D or F tier. You don't really see the bomb tower anywhere. It's pretty shit for 4 elixir. If not one of the, if not the worst building in the game. Just not that good for 4 elixir. You've got splash damage, but it's like 0 damage overall, and you never see the card. The death effect is literally useless, so F could probably go in trash / bottom 5, to be honest. Another S tier card, the Musketeer. Anything Hog 2.6 is a top 10 card, I would say. 4 elixir, Evo's good, Champion's even better. What more do you want from the card? It deals an outrageous amount of damage from good range, and it's just nuts. S tier. The reworked Rage Potion I would generally put in B tier. It gives you a reason to run it. It deals splash damage, not just giving rage to a large area. So I think this works in a lot of combos that previously couldn't work with rage, such as E-Bob's rage, which I know is the most Arena 8 push ever, but back then you would have had to rage barbarians and arrows. Now you can just deal with the Skarmy or low health units with the rage, which is good. So beta. The Fireball is one of the best spells in the game, so I'm thinking either A or S tier. It deals a lot of damage, deals with a lot of units. I think I'm gonna have both of the spells in S tier for now. The Miner, I know it's a good card, but I just don't really like it. The concept of the card being the only one in the game that can be placed absolutely anywhere is really cool and interesting, makes the card very unique, but the damage output is really low, and I've never really run decks that have Miner in them, nor have I ever really struggled against the Miner deck. They're annoying, but I don't think it's as bad as like a log bait, so I've got an A tier. Mega Minion, still a crap card, C tier. D tier. Poison, good spell. Overtime is gotten better, and I think it's at a decent spot right now, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. 3 Musketeers are still terrible, and I'm gonna have the old version as one of the worst cards in the game. As for 9 elixir, this is just nuts. It's insane how you have to pay 9 elixir for this terrible card just for Rocket to 3 positive elixir trade you, which you never really want that to happen. So yeah, I've got it in trash bottom 5. The Bandit is up next, and I think I'm gonna place the Bandit in C tier. I think C tier is in a good spot. The Bandit just kind of gets mugged by the Boss Bandit in my opinion, which we're gonna get to shortly. For 3 elixir though, does this do? If it gets a hit on your tower, you'll be lucky, you'll be happy. It deals good chip. Great in P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam, just not that good card overall, and not very flexible in its use. Let me just move that quickly. And up next we've got Draft Challenge Final Boss. Skeleton Dragons, F tier or D tier. I'm just going to leave them in F. They've never really been that good a card outside of Lava Loon, and I've never ever looked at this card or gone against it outside of a Draft Challenge or Lava Loon, so F tier. Battle Healer, you're going to see this in Elixir Golem. If you don't stop it and they stack, it's absolute hell. But it's not a very usable card outside of that deck, so I'm going to put it in F tier. The Furnace, The old furnace, this is. Gonna put in F. Again, bit of a shit building, let's not lie to ourselves. And the rework is 100,000 times better. For 4 elixir, you just have a tiny fire spirit deal chip damage here and there over time, which isn't that great, so F tier. The Tesla is the best building in the game and is S tier easily. The Evo is so OP. It's such an amazing defensive card, and coupled up with another great defensive card like a Dark Goblin, a Hunter, or an Ice Wizard, goodbye to a 30 elixir push. So S tier, I hate this card. Earthquake is a decent spell. I'll put it in B tier. Deals with the majority of buildings, if not all of them. And it also deals decent damage as well as kills very low HP units, so it's flexible in that regard. B tier. Right, so I've just zoomed out and I've also realized that some of the newer cards like Vines and other cards that came out after maybe 2 years ago aren't on this list, which kind of sucks, but I'm just going to still complete this video and upload it regardless. So bats are pretty crap. 2 elixir, and they have a useless Evo in my opinion, one of the worst if not the worst in the game. For 2 elixir there's so many better cards and they really deal no damage. If the tower gets an arrow on your bats, they're dead. You very rarely get value out of them and they're more of a cycle card, but it's 2 elixir, so D tier. Same can be said for Ice Spear, I guess. I could put this B or C tier. I'll put it in D. It's better than the Heal Spirit, but some strong things it's got going for itself is that you can cycle it, of course. It deals splash damage, so I guess if you're in Arena 3, you can use Hog Rider with Fire Spirit to kill minions, Skarmy, shit like that, but overall just not a great card. The Inferno Dragon is very situational, I feel like, and I think I'm going to put him bottom of C tier, simply because the Evo is actually pretty good and can shred a lot of stuff once it gets going, but the base Inferno Dragon, is just not that great in my opinion. I've run him for a long time and he dies to a lot of things, and unless your opponent genuinely has no counters, you're very rarely going to get value out of him, so I think C tier is safe for now. Same can be said for the Magic Archer. Top of C tier, maybe even B tier. I mean, the guy dies to a fireball. With Tornado and some geometry, he can really get some lethal chipping on your opponent's tower, but he's just an all-round decent card, not the best in the game, could be better. Zappies are probably C tier as well. They're usually played in fireball bait and they're annoying to deal with. They absolutely annihilate the Inferno Dragon, as I was saying, and they're really good at stopping pushes such as a golem or a giant because it slows them down effectively, and they actually do a decent job at defending, so I'm even probably considering putting this in B tier later, but I'm going to keep it in C for now. The Heal Spirit though is one of the worst cards in the game. Very useless, 1 elixir, do nothing, deals no damage, heals no health. No one ever uses this card, so F tier. The Balloon, I think, is a C tier card, Despite him being my win condition for my entire Clash Royale career, it's just not that good of a card, and I feel like most aerial units deal effectively with the Balloon, and you have to really time when you place him or where you're gonna combine the Balloon with, like a spell to counter, let's say, a Magic Archer or any other unit. The Balloon is pretty shit against any building in the game, so it's not a very consistent win condition, which is why I think C tier is a safe place to put it. The Witch is a top 10 card in the game without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, the Evo is nuts, it's OP. For one cycle, this card is too good. Even the base card, it's unreal. Splash damage, good health, and spawns skeletons. I think this is easily a top 10 card in the game. That being said, let's get on to Ram Rider, which I think is a B tier win condition. She's very good at defending. You can place her anywhere pretty much. She'll deal damage and slow down troops that may be attacking your tower, and if you spam her at the bridge, she can also slow down incoming defenses, which will more than likely ensure you get at least 1 hit on the tower. So I think it's a good card, not a lot to be said about it. The Log is S tier, probably the best spell in the game. 2 elixir, pushes back any troop in the game, deals good damage, you can easily cycle it, deals with a lot of pushes, and is a great defensive card. S tier. I think the Royal Ghost is pretty B tier as well. The Evo is decent, not the best. Too many cycles in my opinion. Just gonna put that in C tier. I feel like the Royal Ghost has a very unique mechanic, and it's not seen as much as it should be. It's not a bad card by any means of the word, but I just think it could use with a better Evo, maybe down to 1 cycle. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's the best card in the game. C tier. The Golden Knight is pretty B or A tier. I mean, he's really annoying to deal with, and he's got a lot of health and DPS. Probably going to put him A tier. He's a very good card. Hate going against him, but he's not too difficult to deal with. The Cannon, S tier building, 3 elixir, very high DPS, very high health. Just a good card. The Evo is one of the best in the game. All round amazing card, S tier. Firecracker, A tier defensive card. Yes, it dies to a sneeze or a fart in the wind, but it gets so much value, and if it's not dealt with immediately, it's just insane damage. If, let's say you place the Firecracker at the bridge and it connects to the tower, that's like 500 chip damage, as well as defeating the unit in front of you, as long as you're tanking with a tank in front of the Firecracker. I think A tier is safe for this card. Very good card, and I like it a lot. The Goblin Giant is either B or A tier. I'll give it A tier for the Evo, and the last time I played, P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Machine, Goblin Giant was really OP, and I think he's got a great Evo. I think he's a good card. The Spear Goblins on his back do a lot of damage, and they're good at dealing with other troops. A great consistent win condition with a decent Evo, so I think A tier is more than justified. Golem, on the other hand, is the poster child for C tier, or maybe even D tier. I mean, it's an 8 elixir push with many counters in the game. It's not the best win condition, not consistent either, pretty gay card to use if you ask me, and I just don't really like the Golem. I don't think you can put the Golem in C tier considering the cards you have there, but I'm going to put him bottom of C tier for now actually, so solid my words. Skeleton Barrel is probably B or A tier actually. Skeleton Barrel's Evo is nuts. The amount of damage it deals off the first pop is insane. The second pop still deals good damage, and 2 balloons worth of skeletons is not bad at all for 3 elixir, considering you absolutely pump these out and you get through them like 10 times in one game, so I think it's a really good card. Same can be said for Electro Spirit. 1 elixir and can defend a lot of swarmies, can disrupt play, good cycle card, 1 elixir, and it deals decent damage as well, so I think that's a good card. I could probably drop it down to B tier, but I'm going to keep it in A tier for the sake of the video. The Tornado is up next, and I'll put it in the C tier. It's probably the least seen spell in the game, and it's very, very reliant on combinations such as the Ice Wizard or the Magic Archer, and it just doesn't see a lot of play in top Clash Royale games, and I used to run it, and I can tell you firsthand, other than getting a King Tower activation with a Hog Rider, it doesn't do a lot. So C tier, very situational, like a lot of these cards in C tier, but it's not a bad card again. The Skeleton King isn't either. It's probably an A tier card. I mean, 4 elixir, he's a very great tank, deals splash damage, stays alive a lot because he's got so much health, and he's got a great ability. Couple him up with the Witch and you have one of the best duos in the game, and I think A tier is more than justified. Last card of this ranking is Skami, and I know there's a lot of missing cards to the video, like I mentioned, but I'm already this far into the video, I'm not going to stop, so I'm going to put Skami in C tier. 3 elixir, not that great. Mid-ladder menace card is practically countered by every single card in the game, and it's just not that great, even though I have a level 16 Skami in my deck. There's a lot of better alternatives, but that about summarizes the ranking for now. Let's go through it and make some final changes before I submit the video and you guys have the displeasure of watching it. The first change I'd like to make is add skeletons into the top 10 easily. I don't know what I was thinking when I put the skeletons in S tier, but it was a placeholder ranking, to be fair. So I'm also going to put the Ice Golem up there. I'm also going to put Tesla in the top 10 cards of the game, as well as Valkyrie. And that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I'll put Cannon in the top 10. And I would also consider the Wall Breakers in the top 10 cards in the game, because their EVO is just nuts. And I can't believe I put that in A tier. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's the top 10 done. And Clone is probably down there, and so's the Bomb Tower. I think I've got the bottom 5 sorted. And let's see, is there anything that could move up or down? I could probably put the Skeleton Barrel on S tier. Same for the Princess. I'm looking at some of the cards in C tier now, and I'm thinking, could anything here be B tier? Probably put Archer Queen and B tier gone. And the Spear Goblins. They're not that bad. And I'll put Royal Recruits in B tier. That was a bit harsh. As much as I hate the deck, the card's not that bad. Same for the Monk. Pretty good card. A bit harsh, but gone. I'll also put the Zappy. Nah, Zappy stay in C tier. Fisherman can go up there. Cannon Cart in C. I don't know what I was thinking. Cannon Cart in D. Move up Fire Spirit in C. Gone. I'll put Phoenix in D in C tier as well. Same for the Night Witch, I suppose. Nah, Night Witch can stay down there. I think that's it for the C tier. Let me check my top 10. Yep, my top 10s, I'm happy with that. My S tier as well, I'm happy with. A tier, very happy. Actually, put the Archers in S tier. Put the Hogs in B tier. Yep, I'm happy with my ranking. Also have Snowball in S tier. I completely forgot to mention that their Evo's absolutely nuts, so S tier card for sure. And yeah, that's about it, guys. That's the final ranking of the 116 cards. Not the full cards in the game, but make sure to let me know how bad this tier list is down below. Leave a like and subscribe while you're down there. And until next time, stay tuned for an Overwatch hero ranking video, and have a good one. Peace.